Welcome to the vlog. We're currently down at Pilsworth Fishery, and let me tell you something, this place has changed. It's got new owners, and the guy who owns it is now called Imran, and there's a load of things that he's actually done with the water which is splendid. We'll start with, first and foremost, security of the venue has become a lot more secure. He's decided to put 2 sets of gates on here to stop people coming from the top of the lane to the bottom of the lane, so it's only anglers or guests of the anglers who come into the fishery. Now this was an issue years ago because people used to come down the lane, park up in the middle of the night, and you never knew whether your car was safe or not, so it gives you a little bit more security. Also, the access from one side of the lake to the other side of the lake has now been blocked off, so the general public theoretically shouldn't walk through and bother you and interfere with you. With that golden question, have you caught anything? We've all had that question said to us, haven't we? So, well done. Just on the access point already, well done. Now, I did come down last Sunday, this is a week after, and I set up and everything was absolutely miserable. The whole swim was wet. It was okay to start with, and eventually it got worse and worse and worse. It was hideous. I tried to do some filming. Now, many years ago, when I was a small boy, I used to fish this place quite a lot. I used to do a lot of match fishing, and Kenny and Benny Ashers used to own this fishery. I used to spend a lot of time fishing it. It was a good fishery, but it was specifically a bream and match lake, and there used to be pegs all around the lake on platforms. What used to be a difficult bank to walk along with a brick wall that goes alongside of it has now changed over the last couple of years, and it's grown and it's matured. It's been filled in. So we've lost about 20 foot of bank, but it's made it better for you to walk around the lake to go to bivvies type swims on one side of the lake. The old side of the lake, which is near a tip, has now grown on again. The tip that was down here, it smells fresh down here, to be honest, and it's a lot better than it used to be. One of the reasons why I started fishing this about 3 years ago is because it stunk. The tip, when the wind changed, it smelled like sweaty socks. It wasn't the best place to fish, and that's now changed. It's now been filled in, grass is growing, the trees are all starting to come through, the shoots of recovery are starting to take place, and this is the perfect time for Imran to start building this fishery up. He stripped everything away from the lake that was dead, and that's all now gone, and he's actually made a real good effort to clean it up. Now, I have spoken to Imran about this, and he's going to let me do vlogs on here, and he's going to let you use the bait boats, drones, video, that kind of thing. I still pay the same as you do. The price of the place for the day is £12, up to 3 rods. 24 hours is £25. And that's not a bad price considering the amount of work he's putting in on the place. Now, when I first looked at the price of that, it used to be a lot cheaper than that, but to be fair, if you want anything that's done right, people have got to pay for it. I mean, who's going to pay for the gate? You? No, it has to come out of the price of the venue. You know, the cost, the running cost of the venue is required. So first and foremost, he's looked at doing the structure of the lake first, because he actually likes wildlife. That's one of the reasons why he bought the lake. You know, he doesn't fish, he might fish in the future, but what he does do is he enjoys wildlife. And for that purpose, that's why I thought it was a really good vlog. So as we're looking on the drone now, we can actually see how big the lake actually is. We've got 2 lakes. We've got the Match Lake, which is at the back of the complex, and we've also got the Front Lake, which is the main Specimen Lake. Now let's look at the big lake. The big lake is mainly for carp fishing these days. There are some bream left in here, and it is considered as a mixed course fishery. Each swim has got plenty of access, and it's clear from the next angler. You're not going to be in a situation where you're actually fishing too close to somebody else. Now, general rule is don't cast over halfway if somebody's on the other side of the lake. Now you have to follow that kind of guideline, because that can create a hassle, especially on a day ticket fishery. Make sure you find a peg first, put a big bivvy down, and it'll come down and take your money off you. So apart from that, it's not a bad fishery. Well done, Imran. It's really good, that. It's a really good fishery. So this is the match lake. As you can see, there's been a lot of work that's gone on. Pegs have been put down all around the lake. Everything's been cleared. All the debris around the lake has been shifted as well. If you look at this stream's been redug and sorted out, so you've got good flow away from the lake. All the side of the bank up there has been cleared. That was full of brambles, and to be fair, it wasn't very pretty. Now once that's actually seeded and it's got a lot of grass on there, that looked really, really nice. All aspects of that would be fantastic. So when you've got a couple of kids and you're doing some socials or taking a friend fishing, this is perfect. This really is perfect. I'm not going to go further down here because this guy's actually fishing, and I hate that, especially when I'm vlogging them going near him. But guy's on the roach pole there, as you can see, enjoying himself. He's got plenty of room behind him to use a roach pole as well. And when this is full in its entirety of greenery and all the grass has taken root, it's going to look really special. Absolutely really special. Do you like it, Debs?
Yeah.
It's not bad, is it? It's a nice lake. So yeah, I'm really proud of what Imran's achieving here, because to be honest, the amount of effort he's putting into this place is phenomenal. Absolutely, truly phenomenal, and I can't thank him enough, to be perfectly honest. Like from the match lake, as you can see here now, there's a car park, and beyond the car park, as we're looking now, that's the other lake. We're gonna have a walk around there to give you an idea what the lake is actually like. So let's carry on. So that's the other side, the lake there, you can see, where we used to have to walk on the wall over there, and it was a bit of a juggling act, and we had to camp in the field and cross a piece of wood, and it was a bit of a nightmare. So what we had to do is just do that kind of thing. Now you can walk around it and bivvy up at the side of the lake. It was a good spot off that margin over there, to be fair, many years ago, but not entirely sure what it's like now, but that's exactly what it used to be like. Kind of cool. We're getting down near the dam end now. This used to be a really good little swim. There's a pole that sticks out of the water there, which is an old island. It used to be a lot lower in the water chain, this lake, many years ago, but the foundations of the island is still there. There's a few snags on there, but it's roughly about 8 foot in a circle, and that pole's right in the middle of it, so you're fishing just at the side of it. A lot of fish hold up there. Still a lot of work to be done, but as you can see, that peg there is needs a bit of hardcore going down, because it's a bit muddy, that, isn't it? So this point down here, we used to catch lots of fish in winter down here, because we used to hold up at the back of that pole. Got a bit of hardcore down here. It used to be very muddy years ago to get through this place in winter. Absolute nightmare. Not so much now. So this is the dam wall. I've had a lot of fish off this dam wall over the years, to be perfectly honest. About 6 foot off it. Cruise up and down that wall, they really do. There's a guy fishing there. He's fishing into open water. He's just currently fishing over there. We used to fish off the dam wall from there, to be fair. Also in the summer, they're up in mid layers, so you get a lot of zigs on there as well. Plenty of fish. This is where the general public used to come up. He's in the process now of making sure that the general public can't walk around the lake, because it is a private lake, private land, and people shouldn't be allowed to walk all the way around it, to be honest, because there are places that you can go. There's a backwater down there that they own as well. That's got some carp in it. Just through the trees there. There's a little flag there, something's happened, I don't know what's going on there. And this is the bottom end of the lake. Car park at the top end. This is the dam wall, this is the deep part of the lake. It's quite a big lake, to be fair. Quite a big lake. But you can actually see what he's done there. Firstly, the first owner, in fact we're going to have a look at that now. And this was the wall we used to walk on. It's like the walk of death. You used to push your barrow along here, and then they built all that on there, and it was easy to get down the bank, but we literally had to walk along this wall to get to the pegs. And we used to camp, for instance, on this swim there, and jump over this with a plank, or just literally leg it across it, and have your rods on the wall. Those days have gone, thank God. These are the kind of planks we used to have to run across. We used to bivvy up on that side, come across the brook and fish. So now there's big pegs there now. What a difference that is, but we used to just leg it across these planks like so. Definitely go happy. Not big enough pegs now, as you can see. Guy's got his rods down there. Plenty of room, and each peg is well spaced out as well, so you don't have an issue getting around the place. The trees are starting to come up now round. These were planted about 5-6 years ago. They're coming along, so eventually this will be tree lined, this bank completely. Be a nice little fishery. Now, after speaking with Imran, the fence, the gate, cost him about £3,500, hence why he's putting all the money back into the fishery. So when you do fish it, the money's going back in. It's not going back into skyrocket. It's putting a fence all the way around the place as well to stop people getting access, so you can come fish, enjoy yourself, knowing that you're going to be relatively safe. You can never be too safe, to be honest. There it is, the wall. The wall of death. Do you know, I actually fell in off this, and Debs, I did. Literally, it was chucking it down with rain, it was pushing through, and I slipped with my barrow and I went into there. And Paul Adrian at Carp Fever in Manchester, he was there, he seen it, he couldn't stop laughing. But I had to leave my tackle on the bank with Paul, go to Asda and get some clothes because I was dripping wet through, and I actually lost my trainers. The force of the water took my trainers off, so I lost my trainers in the water as well, believe it or not. Again, as you can see here, cleared everything up, got all the old trees out of the way, and he's just doing the fishery up. Look, it's not messing about, really not messing about. So all that's going to be seeded, planted. There's going to be a road going back there for the farmer and what have you. So yeah, it's cool. Now, if you can look over there as well, all the trees and shrubs has now taken root. The grass is growing on the landfill site, so now it's just a hill. It's no longer a stinky mountain. I mean, it used to really smell, you know. You used to wake up in the morning thinking, is that my breath or is it the tip? Not sure whether it would be both, to be perfectly honest. Some of the things I ate on the bank. I'm just a stinky bottom. There's another peg. Nobody uses this one. Look at that. Overgrown. Well, they actually do. They bivvy up on there and they put the rods through that gap there. Now, this used to be a prime peg just here. Now, we used to fish on here, right? That used to be the field. Put the plank, like the plank we've just seen, and put the rods on a stanchion, which used to be down there. And where those reeds are there, that's where we used to fish. It was literally about 2 rod lengths out. The carp patrol there. Now, it's the margins now is perfect for where the old carp, I don't know how many's left in here, used to patrol. So look at that, big difference. This here, this whole site, I'm going to show you something. Do you see that rubble there? That's the rubble that they've created this with. A little bit of history for you. If you ever know Oldham, or you knew Oldham, it used to have a viaduct, but it used to be on Mumps Bridge. That viaduct is now here. they've used all the spoil from the viaduct when they knocked it down to create this bank. I think it was Casey or somebody like that did that, I'm not sure, correct me, but comment below if you can remember, or if you've got any stories about Pilsworth Fishery, tell me below, because like I say, it's got a lot of history, this place, a lot of history. But these shrubs here now are looking great, gives you a bit of a peace and quiet away from everybody else. When these are in full bloom with all the leaves now, it's good. Not a bad fishery for Manchester, to be fair. And like again, thanks Imran for buying it and putting the effort in. So the story with this here now, he's dug all this out because last winter apparently it flooded quite badly. This stream, which is currently there, was flooding the lake and creating all kinds of problems on the lake. So the first thing he's done is rectified it, and this year there's been no problems with that. So what he's going to do, now he knows it's right now, all that is going to be landscaped and sorted and made nice and pretty. I can't believe this guy doesn't even fish. Well, I can see he's going to fish in the future, that's for sure. But yeah, he sorted all the issues out, and literally there was a storm last week, and yeah, there was no problems whatsoever. This used to be a good little peg. We used to fish there, bivvy up there. This is where I went in actually, and we used to pick up loads of fish. Used to pick up loads of fish just in that area there. And just off the reed bed there, which is just here, there used to be a sunken boat and a bit of sand further down. There used to be a lot of fish in there, and you'll get a lot in the spring. My favourite swim is on the first peg over there, fishing this area. You'll see him in the summer. You will definitely see him in the summer. Right, on that note, I think I need to get my rods and start fishing again, because this is giving me the hunger to go fishing. And comment below, like and subscribe, and as you might imagine, this is the end of the vlog, and I'll speak to you on the next vlog.